You're listening to Whiskey Ramble for the Always Next Year Podcast Studio Network. You can find the team on Twitter at ANYP Podcast or visit us on our website, www.alwaysnextyearpodcast.com. And now, drink with us while we listen to the Jackdaws.
A fighting man I used to be, revered and feared through Killarney. Now I'm back to hitching with the wind. But if Mickey Flynn should ever find me, I'll throw me cause shit all behind me and square off on that son of a bitch again. He cracked open a river too, he beat me Sunday through and through, and such eager my unconscious frame. I won me healthy sheriff fights, well lucky son still had me life since Mickey Flynn beat me dumb and lame.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Always Next Year Podcast. My name is Steve with Shane here for our Whiskey Ramble segment. Whiskey Ramble, Whiskey Therapy, kind of one and the same because we end up just doing therapy for each other.
It's true.
Shane, how you doing today?
Fine, and you?
Not so bad. Well, actually, I am pretty bad. I had a very shitty week down
That's
the city.
good. That's that material for the show.
Exactly. We haven't done this in basically a month, and then I go down the city for training for my job, and it was a week from hell. Between the public bathroom,
I can't wait to hear this story.
the travel, and my knee just saying, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, someone doesn't wear a brace.
I did for the one day, and that was the best day.
Can't imagine why.
First off, getting on the train sucks. Getting on and off, and then
With
without
your
it,
knee or just like in general?
in general, and then it's like amplified by like 5 when you don't have a knee with no support. Yeah.
Shaking platform.
No, the platforms were bad. It was more so the stairs going up and down Suburban Station.
Okay.
So like my good knee, which isn't so good anymore, it's shaking and becoming more unstable with every
Oh,
step
yeah.
I
You want
take.
to go to a chiropractor with me?
I don't know what they do, but sure.
Dude, neither do I, but I watch videos and honestly it makes me want to throw up. I'm terrified of them.
Oh yeah, you hear the crack and like you
Yeah.
see it.
But I don't know, man. Because my knee's so fucked up forever and yours has been fucked up for, what, about half as long as mine has been now?
Yeah.
At this point, like, it's bad. They realign you, and that's all I needed to know. Like, that makes my good knee good again.
This was the first time like my ACL part like actually hurt. And like the bone of my knee was starting to hurt, like right by the meniscus. I'm like, ooh, this is wrong. And I can't tell my job that I had surgery because I only went out for 2 weeks. And then I just wore a brace. I had to
How
avoid.
do they not know?
Some people do, but I'm like right in the middle of people that shouldn't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a weird subject. I just wanted to make my full pay, okay? At the cost of 2 weeks vacation. It wasn't much of a vacation when you're recovering from a surgery.
It's true.
So the one day, I get a massive shot of pain in my knee. And like I'm head down on desk, everything. The one trainer's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I have a knee injury." That's all I can say. He's like, "Okay." The next day I wore a brace and I was fine. I'm adjusting it. Nobody's saying anything. The next day I'm stretching my left leg, which is the good one. And the other trainer was like, "You okay? Your knee?" I'm like, "Yeah, this one is just overcompensating, so I'm kind of fucked."
Can we just talk about the fact that I took off 90 days
Yeah.
before I went back to work for an injury? And now, granted, mine, I had like a far more involved surgery than what you had, but still, 90 days and you went back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, with a brace on.
Fucked up. I was walking around with a cane for quite some time.
I used the cane for about a week.
Yeah.
Not even, actually, because then I went to Memorial Day weekend and the cane was gone.
Idiot. Wait, did you lose the cane there?
No, it broke.
Okay. How do you break a cane? The dog's in the studio, by the way.
Yeah,
for anyone
we have a
listening.
special guest, Bryce.
Yeah.
He's very lonely on the daybed over there.
Yeah, it's just kind of relaxing.
So you'll hear some dog noises throughout the show.
It's true.
Yeah, I used the cane. It brought it to Memorial Day weekend to help me with stairs and everything. First night, my friends broke it. They didn't really break it. They were like, "Steve, your cane's out here," and it fell off the balcony.
So you just left it?
No, so it fell off the balcony and the top part broke off.
Just the top?
Yeah, just the holder. So I had another one. It was pink, but it didn't have a bottom.
You have a pink cane.
Yes.
That's
It's like a candy cane-like stripe, but it's black and pink.
trying to pick up gentlemen? Is there anything wrong with that?
No, I never used it. It was just my secondary option. So walking up and down Suburban Station was pretty fucking terrible. Trying to avoid people. And I
Oh,
And-
on a business day too? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No good.
I was late the first 2 days because I decided to sleep an extra 20 minutes because my train would get there 2 minutes before my training starts. And I'm like, it takes me like 5 minutes. Well, it would take me like 3 if I had healthy knees, but it doesn't. So first day I get in there, I have to check in, get like a card for the next 4 days. That took 10 minutes. So this led to me being 15 minutes late. They were about to call my branch, like, where is he? I'm like, where do I go? As I finally get up there, there's like 3 different rooms. I'm like, oh, I was just about to call. Yeah, you're in here. I'm sweating because I just sweat like a fat man.
Well, we are.
Yeah, but I've always sweated like this, even
It's
before I
also
got fat.
brutally humid outside. Like, this has not been a pleasurable, like, week.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
The second day, I said, hey, I'm going to wake up earlier. I didn't. So I took the same train, and I was 15 minutes late because my train was 10 minutes late. It's hard to try to rush past people in stations and in the city when you don't have a knee and you're limping.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
See, I just stayed home when I got hurt. I didn't do everything that you did.
Yeah, but you also had like a job that required you to move more.
It's true.
My main thing is just go from point A to point B, which is like 3 feet. It's just
would've
doing
stayed
that a
home.
lot.
I still would have stayed home. I don't
Yeah.
even care. Granted, again, I had to treat mine like a genuine leg break. I wasn't allowed to move my leg for 6 weeks. It was ridiculous. It was so not what I was expecting. I was supposed to have your surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The meniscus and ACL.
and that was it. I was supposed to just get that. My meniscus looked like a bunch of spaghetti strings, just all jacked up. And he's like, "We're just gonna fix that, and then we're gonna clean up the ACL." And I was like, "All right, no problem." Got in there, and it was just like, that is not everything that is wrong with this knee. And I woke up expecting to be able to play baseball in like 6 weeks, and they were like, "You can't walk for 6 weeks."
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
Yes.
He told me I would be able to walk after a week. It really took 2, which was perfectly in line with me going back to work.
No,
So it worked out there.
same surgery.
Yeah. Just my meniscus wasn't as bad as yours. There's just a slight tear that actually looked a bit worse when they got in there,
Shitty.
which probably added the week on to not walking.
I was just gonna say it's probably because you did everything the opposite that he told you in that interim period of time.
This is true. And I started doing his stretches, and he literally said, just don't do it too much. I think I did it too much. I would be there, and I'm so trying to stay awake because I'm so far ahead of the class that, like, I'm finished everything, and then they're still teaching other people how to do it. So I'm stretching, and my knee's just freaking out, like twitching and everything, and it's both of them. I'm like, this is not good.
Oh, speaking of twitching, have you used that the stim machine yet?
I have.
That thing's weird as hell.
It is, and I think the first time you showed me, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine, but I was definitely drunk.
Yes.
So I did it sober. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, I did not know how you were doing that. Like, even after all these years, I never have it cranked up to 10. I think the highest I go is like 7 or 8. And
I think what hurt me the most that second time was I had it left on to 10, and I wasn't expecting it.
yeah, fuck that.
So it was immediate, like, how the fuck do I turn this off?
Oh yeah, that's horrifying.
But yeah, I figured it out. When I went to my friend's barbecue, I used it, and everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm relaxing my muscles.
That's correct. I don't know what it does either. Just
Yeah.
full disclosure. I just
Yeah.
know that afterwards I feel better.
Yeah, and I did, and I put the brace I was wearing on, which is like just that
Yeah.
sleeve thing I bought, which is very tight, and on a very hot day,
That's gotta feel like shit.
it does. Like taking it off and then putting it back on.
Oh yeah. Does it feel like your kneecap's just gonna go with taking it off?
The thing is, like, I left it on for so long that, like, it, like, compressed to, like, my skin. So, like, it was, like, that hole was, like, my skin was, like, bulged out. It just looked so fucking weird for, like, 8 hours. I'm like, this doesn't look healthy, but I think it'll realign itself. I don't know.
God.
So, day 3, I was actually on time, but my roommate was giving me a ride to the train station. He gets pulled over. He gets pulled over for counterfeit inspection stickers. We're passing, we are 5 minutes away from the train. I'm about to be like 10 minutes early. This is fine. You know, wow, I'm going to be on time. He gets pulled over. By the time we left, after this whole thing, it was...
How did he counterfeit?
He went on Facebook Marketplace. So don't go on Facebook Marketplace to get your car inspected.
What a fucking idiot.
Hey, man, he didn't have that much money.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, don't do that. So, we miss it. I'm like, all right, can you take me to Jenkintown? We have to be like 8:20. We'll beat the train to it. It'll be the same line, and I'll get there on time. We do that. As he's dropping me off, he's like, thanks. Now I'm around a shit ton of cops without inspection stickers.
Well,
I'm
you
like,
can't get double pulled over for this.
I'm like, hey, here's your citation. Like, hey, I just had to
Yeah.
get someone to the train. He's like, all right, get there. It's a normal day. Day 4, normal day.
Wait, how much did he pay for fake inspection stickers?
It's almost $220. Oh, wait, how much did he pay for it? That was his fine.
What did he pay for his fucking fake stickers?
I have no idea.
What a moron.
So basically, the training is I finish everything before everyone else, and I'm in that awkward stage of I don't know if I can leave now. And I feel awkward asking because I'm in front of 11 other people that are still working on it. So I'm just standing there checking train schedules, just checking. I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss that one. I'm going to miss this one. I guess I'll grab a beer before that one.
See?
Day 4, finished everything. They're like, okay, and whoever was the first one in your training has the login for the training to do at your branch. I screamed, that's not true, because I'm the first one in my branch. And they were both like confused. And like, yeah, I need it. And again, I'm hawking over the train schedules. And I'm like, okay, this one's 6 minutes late. This is fine. All right, yeah, just stay after and we'll get you that code. I'm like, fuck no. Can you please email it to me? So they said that. I bust my broken knee ass to the train.
Brace or no brace on this one?
No brace.
You're an idiot.
I'm carrying a backpack with like 2 binders in it. I get there. Train's still 10 minutes away. I see another one that's close to me, which was the later train I would take. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I have an Independence Pass. I can just get on this one. That train ended up being 10 minutes late pulling in to home. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm going to the bar. But the worst experience of it all was the bathroom.
Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. So when you texted me for this segment, you're like, all right, I have a few things. And like a bathroom etiquette is a big thing for me. Like that is something I could rant forever about. So when you said it, I was like, all right, well, don't tell me what happened. I want to know on the show.
All right, well, hold on. So I use an e-cigarette, which you can't really do in public, especially in a business environment. I do it at my branch because we all do it. And we do it away from the customers. I'm surrounded by like 14 people in the class, so I can't really do it discreetly. I can hold it in, no vapor comes out, but it still looks weird that like I'm like sucking on my finger. So I drank like 3 liters of water every day. So I went to the bathroom at least 6 times. And I would always use a stall to pee so I could use my e-cigarette so nobody could see me. The one time I'm in there, I'm either leaving for the day or leaving for lunch. And this man, grotesquely fat, obese man, is hanging over the last urinal. His gut is basically touching the urinal.
Oh, that's awful.
And he's urinating, and he's just groaning the whole time, like, ugh. Like I apologize in advance for the sound effects, but you need to get it. He's like groaning, he's like in pain, just urinating. And it's like, okay, maybe he has kidney stones. I don't know, but that man is too fat. So it's still going on. I'm done, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Don't wash my hands or anything. I just fucking ran out.
Well, that's disgusting, but continue.
Yeah, so it was either the next day. The next day was somebody else who I'm, again, just taking a leak using my e-cigarette. And this man is in the other stall having a full-blown conversation.
With himself or like
on the phone? And then I hear, it's like a professional like business conversation. And he's on the toilet, and then you can hear his shit.
What the fuck?
You could audibly hear his poop come out. And he's on this like business call or like something to deal with like a huge like family thing. I don't know. He was like, I'll be there. I'll pick you up. And I'm like, how the fuck do you have this conversation and then audibly shit during it? I have talked on the phone, but like in the in my own home.
Sure.
And I'll answer for like, if I was calling you, I would be on the shitter. Hey Shane, but you can't hear when I'm shitting. If you did, I'd be like, yeah, I'm shitting. But that's not a professional business setting.
Kevin from the league moment right now. That's all I'm thinking about right now. What's that? The flush? Yeah. Yeah, the flush. Wait a minute. How many conversations do we have with you on the toilet? Oh, all of them. All the big conversations. That's what I'm feeling like this guy's probably, his life is.
Yeah. Much like we come up with our ideas, segments.
That's true.
Everything's grown from the shitter.
100%. Or when you're trying to not finish, in nocturnal activity.
Wouldn't know what that's like these days. So that's awkward. I get out. The day after that, it's the man from the first time, the grotesquely fat, obese man.
I can't even believe that in a city of this many people that you've managed to. Wow, good for you. Honestly,
so he is in the handicap stall because he's too big for any other stall. I'm doing this again, e-cigarette, just taking a leak, and I hear agonizing groans and moans and forceful pushing. And I'm like, this is terrifying. I need to get the fuck out of here. And then I hear the shit. And I'm like, this is fucking terrifying. I need to get the fuck out of here. Again, I run out, don't even wash my hands. I'm waiting for the elevator. I see this man come out, and I'm like, what the fuck? It was the same guy. I'm scarred for life after these two experiences.
Yeah.
The last day, taking a leak, I'm done. I see him walk into the bathroom.
You're shitting me.
Yeah. I'm not shitting you. He was, I assume the shit, either way, he was going to agonizingly groan.
Oh my God.
Doing whatever he was in that bathroom. And I just got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, man, that's terrible.
It's terrible. But if you're in a public bathroom,
there are basic rules to follow.
I mean, we all know the urinal rule. No bathroom should have less than 3 urinals.
It's true.
Just have 1 or 3. You need to have an odd number.
Yeah, spacing.
Yeah.
Which gets me to one of my points.
I don't care if you have to sacrifice a stall for it. Just have 1 stall, 3 urinals.
Sure.
Now everybody's going to shit.
Whatever.
But yeah, you have to go by the urinal rule. I always skip one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't be on the phone unless like you're going to be real quick, and maybe if you're peeing and you don't see anybody in there, maybe just finish your conversation. That's it. Don't do it when you're taking a shit in public.
That's also awful.
I understand sometimes you got to force that poop out, but you don't have to like make it as audible as possible or as seemingly painful as possible. Like, Jesus Christ, just let it happen. I understand sometimes you can't control like your ass noises, but you can control your groans. You can control
You'd think.
your own like whatever, how you're getting that poop out. Like, just, no, you're making everybody else uncomfortable. I'm surprised.
Not unlike this podcast.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was fucking terrifying. Don't fucking check yourself in a mirror for fucking 10 minutes. I'm trying to finish my business wipe, and then I don't want to see anybody else after I leave that stall. And like, I can see out of the crack of this stall. And this guy's like, he's basically like shaving and plucking his eyebrows. Like, what the fuck, dude? I can't leave this bathroom because you're still doing that.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. Because everyone knows what you just did.
Yeah.
You filthy animal.
I know.
And you just want to get out
Yeah.
and pretend like it never happened.
I understand everybody poops, but,
It doesn't matter.
it's very embarrassing and awkward in public.
Sure, if you don't know the humans that are near you.
Right.
That's a problem. I would say even if you do know the humans, it's not the easiest of times.
Hey, I've been younger. Me and my friends have used stalls right next to each other and just had a full conversation during it, but that was funny because we knew what we were doing.
Sure.
We were also like 17.
Can't say that I've ever participated in such events, but I can see it, especially knowing you.
Yeah. I'm very open with my shitting.
Yes. Yeah. Well, look, man, the amount of time you just said it right before we jumped on this show, waiting on a phone call back from one of our buddies, and you're like, "Why is he got to tell you about his poop?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's honestly not far off from what 90% of his phone calls revolve around, at least to some degree. Stephanie says the same shit to me every time that guy calls me. But man, while on restrooms and urinal and spacing and things like that, so at our old job, there's like what, 4 or 5 urinals, something like that in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever it is.
And at least they have like the half walls,
yes,
but they're still not high enough.
if you're even slightly above average height, like those half walls serve no purpose whatsoever.
I mean, when I started there, I couldn't, and then going back, I could see over.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
I always use like the back corner so I could like shield myself.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And like, I think that's the thing though. For like predators that walk in there, because that's exactly what you fucking people are. In an empty bathroom, and you see one human in the corner of fucking urinal, and you're like, where should I go? Directly next to them, because they look comfortable and confident in themselves. Holy shitballs. Because I was the same way as you at our old place of business. And here I am in the corner, again, number 1, if you will, stall or urinal number 1. There is space for you to then select 3, 4, or 5.
Right.
Be a fucking human. Get away. No. This fucking Ichabod Crane tall type human comes walking in, gay as the day is long, which I don't care if you're gay, that is whatever.
Probably has a trench coat on.
No trench coat, no. But like he had one of those shirts that was longer in the back than the front, like one of those t-shirt things.
It's fucking weird.
Right? It's very European, but whatever. And like I just keep seeing him like peek over, and I'm like, man, have you not ever seen Average before? Like, I don't really think this needs to be a spectacle right now.
I'm a grower, not a shower, sir.
Yeah, whatever.
You'll never see it, but the women do.
Well, in your case, it certainly seems that they don't right now.
They don't.
Sorry for that low blow. But yeah, so I'm sitting there. I was like, all right, well, this is fucking weird. I can't believe in an empty ass bathroom this guy decides to come up directly next to me. So because I'm not a fucking heathen, I go over there and wash my hands, unlike you. And
Okay, I was only not washing my hands because I had to get the fuck out of that bathroom from that terrifying
I don't
experience.
totally blame you. But I was sitting there washing my hands. This guy comes over, then chooses the sink directly next to me, and he was just like, "Nice penis." Why would you ever say that? Why would that happen? Why would that come out?
That's way too fucking awkward.
That. So now I'm leaving, and one of my good friends who doesn't work at the theater, but he used to go there all the time. He was in seeing a movie. I had to explain this shit to him. I was like, dude, do you do this shit? Is this just something accepted in your community? What's going on? Like, it's just like a constant.
Was it his boyfriend?
No, it was not his boyfriend. But it's just like, Shane, you do have a nice penis. I'm like, when have you seen? What is going on? So that was super uncomfortable. I really dislike that. That entire experience is not okay. And then there's always the people who do not check how much toilet paper is left before they get in and have to ask someone
I'm
for
thankful
help.
I've never been in that situation.
Do you know how ridiculous that is? Can you imagine having those war sounds that you just described from that guy who's struggling with life and on a fucking family phone call about anything, and he's just like, oh, hold on a second, and puts his phone up to his chest and like peeks through a crack, and he's like, "Excuse me, young man, could you please spare a square, Seinfeld style?"
You should have just answered in the most like old manish voice you could have done.
No, absolutely not. I just kicked the stall door and left. Like, I don't know what to do in that situation, because what happens if he's got huge hands or something, and like I sit there and try to slip a roll of toilet paper to him, and his poopy hands touch my clean hands.
His shitty hands because he thought he had the toilet paper. And
I'm gonna die. Like, I will not react well. I don't need that. So yeah, no, public bathrooms. Look, we shouldn't need signs in public for everything, but I feel as though the exception can be made in public restrooms now. Like, sound effects to a minimum. If you're in here by yourself, tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Same thing. Do what you want. Doesn't matter. If you were in there alone, I don't care what kind of warish sounds come out of you. But holy shit, fuck. If there is one human in there with you, be a person. Have some etiquette. Oh, I hate the bathrooms in public, man.
I know. And the thing is, like, I'm stuck here for like 6 to 9 hours, and like, you gotta go, and like, I use the same stall every single time, which is the first one. It's definitely like the smallest one, but like, it also has like the biggest crack, so you can see the sink and the fucking mirror, and I'm like, this is fucking awkward. But I've chosen this stall as my 4-day stall. So I'll
you guys
get
are extending Tariq Hill.
Yeah, they're gonna give him a long-term extension.
Okay.
Also,
Marner's holding out.
What's that?
Did you see the Mitch Marner thing?
He's still holding out, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll end up getting an offer sheet.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I'm happy we're seeing more of. All of one this year.
Hey.
So other than that, yeah, please, especially if you're grotesquely fat, just fucking pee like a lady. I don't need to see your gut against the urinal as I'm going to try to attempt to use a urinal.
Oh my god, what about the people who never learned? Like, so here, if you're an adult and I can still see your ass cheeks at a urinal, like, and you're not drunk?
I always assumed that they were just special.
So, I don't know, but like, so I had a cousin who used to do that, right? And like, I'll never forget. I walked in, I was like, oh my god, no one had to talk with him. He's 2 years older than me. What's going on right now? Why do I see your whole butt cheek? Like, that's not okay. Why is this happening? And I was like, listen, man, just pull it out in the front,
just down,
and that's it.
Scoop.
You're okay. Tuck it back and go. No, there are still grown-ass adults who are out there who still are like, you're going to see my whole ass. Every single hair, every single pimple is on display.
Every shit stain that's still there.
Like, oh my god. And like, now granted, I will say I have not seen in a very long time anyone at a urinal whose pants are like by their ankles. But like, halfway down their cheeks, like, for fuck's sake, man. Why is this happening? Like, first of all, were you the bitch in prison? Because that would make sense to me. If you were just like, this is the appropriate time to be raped, and I understand it. We shouldn't have rape jokes in this show, but I just did that. But oh man, Donald's in prison right now.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Why?
The fucking same shit as one of our.
Oh my god.
Right? What an idiot.
Oh my god.
Love you, Donald, if you ever listen to this. And if everyone in prison is listening to this, he is totally not the bottom. He's a good guy. Don't rape him.
Holy fuck, I did not know that.
That's why he's not answering anybody outside of the normal reason if he doesn't answer people.
I haven't contacted
Honestly,
him.
I don't talk to Donald ever.
Every now and then I'll call him to drink, but I haven't done that because I've been either doing something else or I know I'm too inebriated to like go out and do what we would usually do.
That's probably good to know your limit with him because I don't think he has one.
Yeah.
Nor that you, and you're terrible influences on each other.
Yeah, well, it worked out. Not really for him.
Clearly not.
But to touch up on the bathroom thing, if you're a bar that still has a fucking ice trough, fucking spend a little bit more money to get some fucking urinals. There's a bar right by me that fucking went through a huge renovation. They left the fucking trough. Like, you just spend all that money, you know, improve your deck, you know, improve like the insides. I mean, your bathrooms are still not handicap accessible. I literally had to leave because of my knee injury. I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom and I can't do the stairs, so I'll see you guys at home.
Oh my god.
Here's my money for the tap.
That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, and then I go up there, I'm like, hey, yeah, maybe they changed it. You know, nope, still fucking trough.
Oh,
This is awkward. And like 1980s, even before then, like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. There's a lot of bounce back from that, like even more so than what would be with like an actual urinal.
Yeah.
That's not okay to me.
I think that's why like they try to put the ice in it because they'll just absorb it. Or, you know,
It
melt the
doesn't
ice.
though. That's what I'm saying. There's bounce back splatter off of that. That's not okay. It's not acceptable. First of all, even if paint some lines, like let's just if your fucking trough can only hold 4 dudes peeing at the same time, let's not try to squeeze 6 in because someone's getting some pee bounced up on their tip, and that's not fun because it may not even be your own. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And also, you add in you're drunk, you're trying to fit 7.
Yeah, fuck that. That's
Guys,
a terrible.
hold on.
Yeah, that's not okay. Someone's peeing from the end, like trying to cross stream over the other ones.
Other guys behind the whole line. Guys, just give me 2 centimeters. That's all I need.
Oh my god. Oh.
What did you have next? 'Cause I think I'm done on the bathroom issue.
You think you're done with the bathroom issue? I can't remember what I texted you. I'm sorry. Well, we'll go to the neighborhood stuff first because we just talked about it before. So I live in a townhome association, and if you were ever thinking about being part of a home association, don't. It's fucking terrible. So here's the thing. I work from home now. That's what we're going to call this experience. So I'm downstairs in the morning, and I'm making coffee and breakfast, and the dog's hanging out, and like, this is my home. I can walk around in boxers. This is acceptable. And like, this is not a sight to see for anyone right now. Like, I feel awful for my lady. But I'm in there and I'm cooking, whatever. And then just some random person comes up and just stands in front of my home and just starts taking pictures with the window wide the fuck open. And I'm like, the fuck is going on? It's like, I open the door. I'm like, can I help you? I'm the association. I'm sorry, you're the entire association. You, the human, are the entire association. And that gives you the right to just sit here and just take photos forever in front of my home.
Did they explain why they were taking
No,
pictures?
wouldn't tell anything. It's just, you'll get a notice in the mail. And I'm like, can we just be adults about this and tell me what's wrong?
What?
Like, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure my door frame is the wrong color. Like, which has
What?
been the same color for the last... since I fucking moved in.
No, I guess they changed it and just forgot to mail out that notice.
No, everyone's is the same fucking color. I think it's just always been this. I think it just gets faded. But that's what I'm saying. These
No,
petty ass
it's
things.
please have your curtains closed while you're hanging around in your boxers.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, look. So, well, when I first moved in here, I didn't have curtains in the in our master bedroom, and like, I didn't give a fuck. I would just be standing there ass naked, just waving to neighbors, like, oh, hello, how are you? Drinking coffee, because like, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. This is my home. But I've since grown up, and I now
In 2 years.
5 years, right? 4 or 5 years I've been here. I don't know. But so living in a place like this, fucking terrible. You're also connected to everyone. So like, and I tweeted about this a little while ago. So I play guitar, right? I haven't been able to play guitar, but like 4 times in 5 years here, which is absurd. You're about to hear the dog. There you go. But my one neighbor on the right side of my home, thanks, Bryce. He he works overnights, and like I'm sensitive to that because we used to work really late at night, and Stephanie worked overnights like here and there and stuff. So I'm like, man, I don't want to be that jackass because the walls are like paper fucking thin. It's bad enough they got to hear my nocturnal activity, and I'm like, I'm gonna not make your sleeping time fucking impossible right now. So I don't play because I'm a decent human. And then the other one, she just retired, and like her schedule's all over the damn place. She like takes care of her mother, and she's like a sweet woman. And I'm like, damn, I don't know when she's sleeping or not. I don't know when she's fucking home.
Why don't you do it in the basement?
Because that's the worst. You can hear... I don't think that window down there closes. Because when my sump pump doesn't go, you hear that like 9 houses down. When Bryce was a little puppy guy, when we first got him, he would just go... We would put him in a crate down there because it was the only place that we thought would be quiet enough because he was nuts when he was a puppy. He was part of a 12 puppy litter. So like leave him alone. He had fucking anxiety attacks or whatever dogs do. Chill. Get on the bed. But cops got called, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that's this association. They couldn't just like walk and be like, this house, let me knock on the door and make sure they're not beating their dog.
Right.
And I'm like, no, he's just 3 months old and is scared, and I had to go to work. So like I had to walk this officer halfway down my block and just be like, so you can still hear him, like he's right next to me, and I'm clearly not touching the dog. Like, this is him just scared right now. This is just a process. But yeah, fuck townhomes, man. I am so not okay with this.
I don't understand why people call like the police, like even about just dogs barking.
Oh, you're saying you're people, and it's a friend of yours.
Yeah,
that's dumb.
This friend moved into the apartment complex that's right behind us. She can literally see the house. She's taken a picture of my roommate in the hot tub and sent it to his ex-girlfriend. Fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking weird. So this is why every time I let them out, I'm usually in my boxers. Because I know she can see if she's looking. She's complaining because she works nights. She's trying to sleep during the day. I don't fucking care.
See, you're an awful human. I'm
letting the dogs out. Dogs bark. That I don't know what you want me to do in that situation. Like, what? They're outside for an hour and a half on a very beautiful 70-degree day. Sorry, let the dogs get some exercise. I can't walk them. I am injured.
All right.
Yeah. So,
well, see, you
cops come. Are there's your dogs outside? Yeah, I just let them in. Yeah, apparently one of your neighbors doesn't understand that dogs bark.
Dude, I feel so bad for police that have to come out for dumbass reasons.
I know. One of my customers at the bank, I'm like, how many times do you have to like go to like calls for a noise for dog barking? Too many. People don't understand that dogs bark.
I don't know.
I know. Like, I try to time it like, hey, maybe they've been outside for an hour. It's a nice day. I'll let them in.
Sure.
One time I got home. I was not working that night at the theater, but I went to happy hour, got home, passed out because I'm tired, a little bit drunk. Flashlight is flashing at me through the window. I'm like, what the fuck? So I answer it. It's the cops. I'm drunk. I'm like, can I help you? Are those your dogs in the backyard? I'm like, oh, fuck. I am so sorry. I work 2 jobs. I just got home and I just fell asleep. Okay, yeah, we'll just let him in. We tried contacting the owner of the house. He didn't answer. So they take my information. Like, should we call you? I'm like, no, I just mentioned I work 2 jobs.
Yeah,
like, this is rare that I'm here right now. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll keep trying to contact him. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Have a good night. Let him in. You fucking assholes, get in your cage. I'm going to sleep.
See, I think that's the thing with Bryce. He doesn't he has a crate, but he doesn't go in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't really do anything. If I say that, he thinks he's in the most trouble ever. Really, I'm like, dude, just take a fucking nap, man. Just hang out.
Yeah.
But no, he's doesn't actually work. But what else? What was I going to say? Oh, all right. So just being a decent human and a decent neighbor. So like that's basically what this rant or mini rant and problem was. Like, at what point did our society as a whole say talking face to face to another human is just not okay? Like, it's a terrifying situation now. Like, I'm not an intimidating person at all. Like, just come to my door.
Some of the employees didn't feel that way.
Look, first of all, they should have been scared of me. But that's a different world.
They were.
I knew how to hurt people. Not physically, but like I knew how to make them feel totally awful about themselves.
Yeah, my problem was I would say that. Bryce, you're okay.
Yeah, right.
I would say that, like, I would be their friend, but like when I was serious, like they would know. Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, what's Steve's problem? Well, you're not doing your fucking job. That's your problem. Like, Don had to be like the nice guy.
Always.
Yeah. So Saturday nights, it was Don is good cop, I'm bad cop towards the end because I was just so sick of their shit.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah.
What an awful
like,
place.
Dude, just do your fucking job.
Yes.
I was like, if I get full time here, you guys are going to learn.
Well, regardless, be people. Just come talk to each other. Don't just hide behind letters and emails to association and send a person whose name apparently is just, I am the association. Fuck you. You're a terrible human. I hope you listen to this show, you dog shit.
They go into stores and just ask to see the manager.
They are that person. Oh, yeah, 100%. But, like, there have been random things that, like, I get in the mail at this point for this place. They're like, by the way, you're missing a shutter. And I'm like, okay, this has not been here forever. And they're fake shutters. They're literally just ornaments on the fucking side of the house that don't mean shit.
That's probably what it is then.
No, they were taking, because that's on my upper part of the home. They were taking pictures of, like, the front of my home. And I'm like, what is going on?
You need to trim your bushes.
I do need to trim that stuff.
In more ways than one.
Listen, I'll just ask the guy at the urinal then the next time. Dude, is this a fair amount of...
This isn't a forest. This is just a nice bush, right?
This is okay, right? This is acceptable. Jesus. So we're like, oh, hold on. Let me just take a closer peek.
Hold on, I got my tweezers right here.
He probably did have like a pocket, like a back pocket utensil thing of
with the
scissors
pocket flashlight.
And, of everything. Just be like, no, you're good.
Well, good thing you don't have crabs.
Honestly, that would be a good thing to not have crabs. But yeah, what's your next topic? Because the association thing, I feel as though I could just.
You had something about adult sports leagues.
Oh, yes.
Which I want to hear yours, and I can bounce off of like my short term experience.
Yeah, until you blew out your knee.
Yes.
All right. So obviously, I've played baseball at high enough levels that like I understand the difference between playing with guys who care versus playing with guys who are like, this is fun. This is something to do. But, like, this was clearly a league of people who were like, this is just adult baseball, which is a new experience for me. Like, this is not something I'm accustomed to. I'm used to being with people who are like, we better fucking win this game. And if you make an error, someone's getting punched in the throat. And, like, for part of it, that's totally fine. I'm 100% cool with people who are just like, hey, we're playing 2-3 days a week. This is just for fun.
Yeah.
But, like, if you don't want to fucking be there or play, then just don't be there and play. So here's the thing. If you are like 20 years old and the rest of this league is like 30, and you were very clearly like a phenom, fucking don't play in this league because people will fucking hate you. So we played against more than our share of like younger guys who are, like I said, they're like 20, 21, and you can tell like this is them trying to stay in shape for their college team, and like they're just getting reps. And, like, that shit wasn't fun.
Practicing stuff like they couldn't normally, like, trying to...
Yeah, work on
go past their boundaries,
Yes. So, now there were a handful of decent players on my team. But, like, for the most part, it was a bunch of guys who, like, a 70-mile-an-hour fastball was kind of a little bit too much for them. And it was maddening because we would sit out there and, like, I'd be watching and, like, you got these guys who are throwing 75 or 80, and like that's really not much. Like, if you can't hit 75 or 80, you probably should not play baseball at any fucking level, like at all. If you're over like 17, like if you're in high school,
I wish I stuck with baseball more than 2 years.
Why, you wanted to be Roman Quinn, just bunt and run as fast as you can?
Yeah, I had good knees and I had speed. I could field.
Do you remember? I feel like it was you. Did we go to like a field in Lansdale one day and just hit for like a couple hours?
I think so. I probably wasn't very good because that was like 10 years after.
Right. So you used to tell me I should have stuck with baseball, and I think that's why we went.
Yeah.
I got to say, you made the right decision not.
Listen, it was like it was quite a few years after.
Yeah, you did not look good.
I could have figured it out.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're sitting here and put it on the soft thing. I think that would.
No, I'm just turning the vibration off.
I'm just not used to too. What's up?
We have an intern. He's 21.
Okay.
He's the horniest. He's hornier than us.
No.
He will not stop staring. He's apparently getting customers asking him questions, and he's like literally looking out the window, staring at the women going into Starbucks.
Okay.
Okay, I do it all the time. Sorry to like interrupt, but it was a very important text from my work.
Well, it is an important text.
So I've literally been helping a customer. Like, say I'm opening up an account, and they're asking me a question, and I'm responding. I'm like, yeah, just give me 1 second. As I'm looking out the window to see the hottest employee go in there because I need to see her ass because that's the only bright part of my day. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, so yeah, there's $1 minimum to open up this account. You said that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was distracted. And then they look and they see it and they're like, I understand.
Oh, that look doesn't make you sound creepy at all. Like even a little bit. See, the whole point of the checkout is to not be caught. And you're here here's what I do, guys.
I know.
Hot woman near me, I stare. Holy shitballs. Keep that shit to yourself.
No, man, I don't get caught by the women. I get caught by the guy I'm trying to open up an account for.
Hilarious to me that they're just oh, yeah, you're good. I got it.
Yeah, I saw too.
Too funny.
All right, so yeah, adult leagues.
Adult leagues.
I shouldn't stick with baseball when I should.
You definitely should not have stuck with baseball.
I could have.
But so all right, so I got hurt, right? So this is the first week that I've been able to actually sit the fuck down. So I had what I thought was a quad injury. So about 6 or 7 weeks ago, I went I think I had our only 2 hits against again another dog shit pitcher who throws 75 miles an hour, who was too fast for everyone, and our only 2 hits. We lost 1-0. We never should have. Our buddy Brandon was the one who pitched a great fucking game, and I was rounding first base in the last inning. And I was like, oh man, that did not feel fucking good at all. I was like, holy shit balls.
It's because you were turning, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess. It might have been on the push.
Were you running through?
No, I was rounding to go to second base. And I feel like it was probably off the push off of the bag. And I said, man, that doesn't feel right. The next kid hit a ball to shortstop, and I was already kind of moving. So I was like, all right, let me try to not, because they were going the short way to second, and it was going to be the last out of the game. So I was like, let me try to beat this out and slide in. So I did, and when I went to try to get up, my whole leg didn't work, and I said, well, this doesn't feel right at fucking all. And we were playing an hour away, and I'm like, oh, shitballs. Now I'm all feeling like hell in my leg, and I got to sit still in the car for an hour. I went to get out of my truck, and I was like, oh, shit. Who can I call? Someone needs to help me get out of my truck right now because my body's not responding. And I thought it was my leg. So for weeks, I thought it was my leg. And every single time, it would be the first inning of every fucking game, or my first at bat of every game, whenever it came. I'd get a hit. I'd be running down to first base, and I'm like, oh man, that feels like shit. This is not okay. What the fuck is going on? And I kept thinking it was my quad because that's where my pain was. But I couldn't sit the fuck down. Finally, Steph was like, dude, you do know that's your hip, right? And I'm like, it's not my hip. My fucking leg hurts, and I'm not 80. It is not my hip. And I was in damn near tears after, because I had to play both the field and hit, which is not something I was doing for the most part of the year for this team. And I was like, man, this is the most pain I've been in since my knee. I don't even know what to do right now. I couldn't sit. I couldn't lay. I had to stand up and pace around my home so that stuff didn't get locked up and just awful and fucking terrible. So finally she's like, yeah, that's definitely your hip. And I'm like, it's not my fucking hip. She's like, go to the doctors and get it checked out. I'm like, I'm not going to go to the fucking doctors because I feel sore after playing baseball at 30 years old out of shape. They're going to be like, this is what 30's like. And I'll be like, oh, didn't know. I'm retiring now. So I went to the doctors, and they
hip
were like,
flexor.
Yep. And they were like, so you have a pretty serious hip flexor injury. You should probably get an MRI. And I'm like, fuck me. I was not mad that I needed to get an MRI and that it was a serious injury. I was mad.
I never want to get an MRI again.
They're awful. They are terrible. But I was just angered that I had to come home and be like, so you were right, Steph. Turns out it was a hip flexor, and it's not my leg. And they're like, that's just where the pain settles. And I'm like, ah, fuck me.
Did she?
So, no. Dude, I did not want her near me. It hurt so bad. If she came near that leg,
he gets
I was
erect, the hip goes.
It was not fun. This was not a pleasurable couple weeks there, in the bulk period of when this got hurt. So I got the MRI and everything. They were like, yeah, you should not play for the rest of the year because that's not looking good at all. They're like, you don't need surgery, but...
Wait, you got the MRI?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're like, you don't need surgery. They're like, but you are going to need physical therapy, and that's why I mentioned the fucking chiropractor. Because they're like, you're all out of whack. Your back's screwed up, your hips are out of line, your knees are obviously screwed up. You should just go for everything. At a certain point, just lay in a wax thing like they didn't want it.
You have this thing, you've seen that movie with Ryan Reynolds and that Kingsley guy. I don't know his name.
I don't know.
He was in Shutter Island.
What is this movie?
I don't know. The movie is where it's like not Face Off, Selfless. Selfless, Ryan Reynolds, this old guy puts his whole body, his whole mind and everything into a new body. That's what you got to do.
I accept. But, so they tell me, all right, yeah, don't play. And they give me, like, the same thing they probably did with you, and they were like, here are some stretches you can do to kind of help your mobility back. And
you want the stem machine back?
No, I'm good. But I was like, all right, no problem. So, like, I'm doing that, and I'm like, wow, I feel all right. So what did I do? I fucking played. I'm like, well, this feels like shit. So for, like, the last week and a half of the season, I was like, look, I can pinch hit, like, once a night. That's what you're going to get.
I'll basically be player coach.
So, yeah, basically. But, like, they pick then to be frustrated that I'm not playing because the rest of the team. So there's I don't even remember this kid's name on the team, but basically to make this whole thing make sense as to why this is adult leagues are fucked. We were already eliminated from the playoffs the night before. We had to finish out our season, play the last game.
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly, and like everyone,
unless you're trying to screw up like some team that like pissed you off before and they're close to making the playoffs.
They were fine. Like who cares? It's adult baseball. It is what it is. But no, so we're out there, and like I said, this guy, I can't remember this kid's name. I wish I knew it. Not that I don't know that any of them even know that we do this, so it's not like they listen to the show. But
well, at least two of them should.
A handful.
They at least know it. They just probably don't listen.
I don't know. No, I think one of them
Brandon,
does.
Jake, they should be listening. If you're not listening, we'll hunt you down.
Yeah,
pulling a Rob now.
We will. Oh yeah, I forgot he used to threaten lives. But yeah, so we get a lightning strike in like the 5th inning, and he was just like, "That's it, we're fucking done. We don't care. We forfeit. We're good." And I'm like, "This is actually fucking hilarious right now," because we were only down like 2-0 or something. And I was just like, "It's the last game of the season. Like, why do we want to like just forfeit?" And he's like, "We're taking a team trip on a bus to urgent care." And I'm like, "Actually, I'm about that right now." I know you're saying that sarcastically, but I had to play second base today, and I'm not feeling it. So let's all go. I will pitch in on that bus, and that's what it is. So halfway through this league, you realize that everyone is fat and out of shape, and none of us should be playing baseball at fucking all. And everyone's arms are falling apart, legs are falling apart, people's backs hurt. People are just sitting there like, "Damn, I wish I was golfing right now." I'm like, "Man, I wish I was fishing or sleeping right now." And it's just like, man, this is just not what I remember baseball being like. And
well, one, you got old. Two, you've had about 5 injuries since.
It's bad. Yeah, it's so bad. But yeah,
my experiences.
Go for it.
Was so, I played soccer. Once I had the slight hint of a knee injury, my senior year of high school, I already didn't play for the school team because I was like, hey, I'm working like 40 hours a week, which was actually fucking insane because fuck that place.
Place is terrible.
And the coach didn't call me up for playoffs the previous year. He was pissed off that I didn't try out. So I literally looked on face to face and I said, "Listen, 1, I saw you treated the seniors last year. 2, you didn't call me up for the playoffs, so that kind of hurts my confidence. So I'll just play for fucking fun and then work my job." So I did. Fucking rainy day. Fucking this kid goes after the ball, which I was very good at, like tapping the ball a little bit forward, jumping over them. No, he got my knee. It's raining. This is 30 seconds in the game. My injuries tend to happen very early in games, which sucks.
That does suck.
So I get it. Take the injured knee. As soon as I got the ball back, I saw the kid. I just kicked it as hard as I could off of him and out of bounds and subbed myself out. And I was like, "Yep, guys, I'm out. I can't do this." I tried like jogging. I'm like, nope. See you guys later. Maybe not. So that was the first, like, that was probably just a sprain. Fast forward, every now and then, just fuck around with some people. Start doing that. I'm drunk. My friend's cousin's very hot. I tear my ACL. She crossed me over to hell. So I don't know it's torn. I started working at the theater again. The tiles, not good for my knee. You give me the sleeve, it helps out. Stairs were a pain. I realized that my job has been cut, so I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with my time now? Oh, no, hold on. Before this, I played wiffle ball before I started working in the theater again. and I was pretty good at wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball's fun. We honestly should have a wiffle ball league. We should have an ANYP wiffle ball league.
I am down because
I'm
our
for
first
it.
game, I'm drinking whiskey.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody else, I'm smoking cigarettes while pitching.
There you go.
I'm smoking cigarettes while fielding. I don't really smoke cigarettes anymore. But my first game with them, they've been doing this for a couple of weeks. Just a couple of guys like all around, just drinking, playing a game or three of wiffle ball. Every time they're like, "Hey, I forgot. I always forget how athletic you are." I'm like, "Fuck you! I know I'm fat. I know I'm drunk, but I still have athleticism." So I hit the cycle in my first game, and I'm like, "Yep, fuck you all. You're gonna want me first pick."
You hit the cycle in wiffle ball.
Yeah.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, a home run is pretty insane. It was inside the park, but still.
Well, what wiffle ball field has a fucking fence now?
Well, we were
Outside of CBP.
We're playing in the backyard. You
I have
ever
another
played backyard
sub-story.
baseball?
Of course I have. It's fantastic. Don't let me
Yeah,
forget
it was
my
one,
sub-story.
It's one of the greatest things. Pablo Sanchez forever.
Pablo Sanchez, greatest backyard sports player in history.
Yes, even in hockey.
They made a hockey?
Yeah, it had like Martin Brodeur, like Mike Medana, all of them. I had all the backyard games.
That's actually amazing, and I would buy that
Which
now.
I'll say, what a great franchise that was.
Oh, it's great.
Backyard sports. Backyard
sure.
soccer was actually the best because you actually did like progressing seasons. I don't think you did that in backyard baseball.
I think you just played one season at a time for all of them,
Yeah,
right?
soccer you actually like kept going. I think.
Interesting.
And also,
terrible
like,
sport,
The,
but-
the tall black kid, Raheem Johnson, I think his name was. He was the best. It didn't make sense. You just put him at striker and he would just score goals.
I don't even know what a striker is in soccer, I gotta be honest.
Forward.
Okay. Thanks.
Kenny Gawaguchi was always a goalie or a catcher. Seeing Kenny Gawaguchi being a pitcher in his wheelchair, jumping up the. Oh my God! Backyard sports.
Backyard sports is great.
It was.
We should buy them. We should buy them and have competitions. ANYP competitions.
Oh yeah, backyard sports. So my one friend's terrible pitcher, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take over. Again, smoking a cigarette, wearing my glasses, sweating my fucking balls off. I can't see because like the sweat and like it's fogging my glasses, so I take them off. So I am now blind pitching. So I'm blind pitching, bounces to me. I still make the play at first. So I was a pretty good wiffle ball player with my friends, but not saying too much. The thing what I'm trying to get at is my knee. I knew there was problems while I'm running, but I still beat out races. I scored an inside the park home run. That was close, but I still did it.
Did I beat you in a race at the theater?
We didn't like technically race. I think I was just like, you said something to me and I just fucking ran away from you and you chased after me.
I think you threw something at me. I think that's what it was. Because whatever
I was
it
really
was
just
like,
trying to like scare like the employees.
I don't know, but I know that they hadn't seen me move like that.
Yeah.
But
Or me. Well, they did because I made like my popcorn, which is the only popcorn I want, double oil.
yeah.
And I helped the customer service desk once they were done. And without like eye shot, I saw it like popping, so I just fucking ran. Because you can only have like the first like
First
two pops of
handful.
it. Yeah. So they were all scared about that. So I joined
man.
a soccer league.
I got wheels.
I did. Not so much anymore, which I learned in this
Obviously.
follow through the story. So, joined the soccer league. It's indoor. I missed indoor soccer, and it's actually played at Rocket Sports, which is where I played a good amount of seasons with my travel team back in the day. So, I'm playing. Every single time I'm running, I hear pops and cracks in my knee. And the whole team's like, "Are you okay?" Like, I had to sub out so often because I'm in such pain.
Should have been your sign, man.
It was.
Honestly, I'm
So-
confused as to how it wasn't. But I mean, good for you.
Yeah.
Like, regardless.
You know, it's these attractive women like, "Hey, like, what's wrong? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm really out of shape and I don't have a knee. I think I tore my ACL like 2 years ago." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's not real,
No big
but
deal.
It's no big deal. Probably not even true." Go out there, 5 seconds into this game, the meniscus goes. I'm like, "Yep, guys, I'm done." Sorry.
So-
but that league, to get back on your whole adult leagues and like knowing like what it is, some of them were people that have been playing together for like years, so like they have chemistry. We were just like, hey, these people like play like together for like a year or two. They're not great, and like they're adding like people every year. Me, I had no chemistry with them besides like my one friend who got me into the league. So I go out, he's like, "Hey, I score all the goals." I'm like, "I would like to score goals, but hey, if I can assist, that's all I want." Back heel pass, he misses. With my fucking best fucking pass ever. But yeah, it was terrible because I tore my meniscus. I'm like, okay, when can I play again? Yeah, maybe like a year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you were a dick throughout this whole process, by the way. So, because that was right when you were kind of getting back to actually being involved again, because you were working the 95 hours a week between the two jobs, and like shit just wasn't working out. And finally, you were like, "Oh, fuck the other job. Like, we're good here now." So you had time, and like I remember, I would either take you to your games or pick you up afterwards or whatever it was. And every single week, I'd be like, "So, how was your game? Did you die?" And he's like, every single week, he'd be like, "Yeah, well." Fucking broke both my ankles or whatever it was.
That was week 1. That was game 1. I kept cracks and fucking pops and everything. It's all I'm hearing. It's the end of the game. We're down by 5. This guy tries to bank it off the boards and get back to it. So I get there, but not quite in time. So he's like trying to like one time it off of it. I get my foot in the way of it, but my foot hit the turf first.
And you thought everything was dead.
No. So here's what happened. He kicks the ball. As my foot's there, it deflects it, but also the force of the ball and his foot make my ankle go the other way, and I hear this terrible, terrible fucking crack in my ankle. That's why I said, yep, broke my ankle.
Yeah, and I was fucking panicked. I'm sitting there like, dude, do you need me to get you? Where are you? You in the hospital? What's going on? And you just kept writing it out. Like, you were like, man, it's so bad. And I'm like, where are you? What's going on?
I actually really couldn't walk on it at that point, though.
I had no idea. So then this time, when you genuinely ended your life, I was like, seriously, like, how was your game? You're like, no, really, like, my mother is driving me to urgent care right now. I'm like, no, really, how was your fucking game? You're like, no, really, I'm really hurt. And I'm like, did you win? Did you lose? Like, what's going on? Seriously.
It happened 5 seconds into the game.
I'm in urgent care right now. Like, it's not good. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're fucking serious. So, boy who cried wolf over here, make me not fucking believe you forever. Before I forget, this is only a very minor tangent thing on your wiffle ball thing. So I was at the Phillies game yesterday, and they put up this thing that I guess now they do like a home run derby at their little corner wiffle ball field out there in center field, and they videotape a kid doing an actual home run derby there for 30 seconds, and it's how many balls can you hit out? Just a suggestion for the Phillies and for their media department to put this up there. If the kid sucks, don't embarrass him. Don't play that shit. He did not hit a single fucking baseball or wiffle ball or whatever. Why?
A single one?
Not a single. He foul tipped a few back.
Give him a practice trial.
Like
in the back or
I don't
somewhere.
know what to do. But that poor kid had 38,000 people sitting there booing him because that's what Philadelphia is. We don't care if you're 5. If you suck, we're going to boo.
Oh, man, I remember watching Lights on Ice. The kid was the MVP. Who's your favorite team? The Penguins. Everyone fucking booed him. It was fucking hilarious.
That's actually amazing. But yeah, that was just terrible. Like, at a certain point, you have to have, like, just videotape a handful of like decent kids, and if the kid doesn't hit a fucking home run, just go to the archives. Just pick a different kid out so that we can be excited about something. Because at that time we were losing to LA, and like the mood was not awesome. But yeah, that was moronic. So also, I would totally build a wiffle ball field in like my future backyard, like an actual wiffle ball field. I don't know what stadium I would mirror, but I would do it.
And now I'm still thinking about backyard sports here.
I would do it. We should look. Hey, we should all download it tonight. We'll all play.
I'm sure you can, even on a laptop.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's the internet. It's fucking 2019.
Yeah.
Let me play a game from fucking 1998.
Everything. What other topics do we have? I feel like
you had cleaning a grill or something.
Yeah. We're literally nearing an hour right now. We have talked about
everything.
I feel like nothing.
Well, this is the Seinfeld of our podcast.
That's true. Hey, that's actually a solid reference. I appreciate that. So
yeah.
Yeah,
it's a podcast about nothing.
Cleaning a grill and cleaning an oven. Those are the worst jobs you could ever fucking have. So, small backstory. I do have a fryer, just a small fryer. So for football season, I'd always kind of envisioned just making a couple dozen wings at a time. Just like, let's have actual good wings. I don't want to clean a fucking fryer. So I did the most ridiculous thing ever. In week 1, I bought a fryer, filled it with oil, made a bunch of wings, threw the fryer out. In week 2, I bought another fryer. Because
How much did that cost you? Well, I guess you were working at this time, so not from home.
That's true. Working from outside of home, yes. But the fryers aren't that expensive, honestly. It was like, it was expensive when you think about it, because I bought 4 by the time I stopped doing this.
Why wouldn't you just Google how to clean a fryer?
I know how to clean it. I don't want to clean it.
Like that was LJ clean it.
Do you see the rest of the home? You see outside? You just said, I keep the inside of the home clean. His whole thing is take care of the outside shit.
That's why the association is here.
Yes, that is correct. But no, I have no interest in cleaning that fucking thing. So I was like, fuck it, I don't need this shit. So naturally, eventually I was like, this is moronic. I've spent $215 on fryers in the first month of the NFL season. I think I'm done. Yeah.
Divided by 4 is like $53.75 or something.
That's about where it was at. Oh yeah.
Somebody check my math. Oh, I'm right. I still got the numbers down.
Close enough. But so like that's always my immediate thing. I was like, man, I hate cleaning anything like that. So I have like alerts set up on my phone because I'm fucking anal about everything, and I'm like, all right, it's been 45 days or whatever the alert is. I'm like, all right, I got to clean my oven, and I'm like, if you clean it that often, you don't really have to do that much. You kind of just spray it down, and you're basically good to go.
Did you take enough Turbo Chef from the theater?
Turbo Chef? Do we even have that still there? I don't know.
No, we didn't when I got back, but I remember Harrison taking some. That was funny.
I'm sure. Yeah, I think everyone used
he
to
said he
take
cleaned his bowls very well.
Naturally. What an idiot.
Yeah. Pretty fun.
But
still never got my hokey.
Oh yeah. Sorry, man. I can't remember any of that shit. But fuck it, we'll go back. I still have keys.
You do?
No, I don't have keys, man. I don't have anything.
Oh, I thought it was just me.
No.
I literally gave them to you.
But
which would have made sense. Yeah, Steve gave me his keys. They're in there.
There you go. Maybe I do still have keys. I don't know, because you gave me your keys, Ryan gave me his, I had mine, Ben gave me his. It was ridiculous.
Nobody want to talk to that new GM.
He's a tool. Fuck that guy.
Also, did you like my the first thing I did this morning? Woke up, went on Facebook Memories, and I was talking about the Gagne trade.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wait, did I like that or something?
No, you had commented on it.
Oh, what did I say?
I liked your most recent one, and literally my comment that you were replying to was, no, you meant this. Fuck you, love a tool.
I never open up Facebook. That's actually awesome. Oh my god.
If I would have commented, you probably got a notification.
I did get a notification. I just never opened it. Oh, that's brilliant. Man, all of our conversations are one sentence long. That's brilliant. Aren't you a Penguins fan? Who's this Taylor chick or guy?
Some dude I met on senior week.
Gotcha.
I'm very good when I get drunk. I'm very good at making friends.
There you go. Just be social that way,
it's just
right?
Never the women.
Well,
it's usually like the woman, and it ends up being like her boyfriend. And then we're best friends, and I'm like, I was interested in her, so maybe like we can be friends. I'll become friends with her. You guys break up, I'm in.
Yeah, but you don't sleep with your friends where they've been.
It's true, but like this would be a different scenario.
Yeah.
Stranger acquaintance.
All right, well, yeah,
it's never worked out anyway, so it's relevant.
It's hard to argue the logic in that. Is I guess what I'm saying. I think it would work out.
Yeah. So back to cleaning grills.
Oh yeah, cleaning grills.
Going to barbecues. Like my friend has a barbecue like every year. It's either a barbecue or a pig roast, depending like how much like he wants to put up money, how much I'm willing to. Because this is my friend that let me stay there for like a couple of years.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, all right, I got to clean the grill. I'm like, okay, I'll go set everything else up because I don't want to do it. Because I would just scrape it, wipe it off, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's clean.
I mean, honestly, you really don't have to do too much more than that. But if you use it often, like I do, like it just gets bad. And like, so for the longest time, I had a really, really nice grill. It's actually still out there because apparently in this association, it's another sub-rant of that. You can't throw any trash out anywhere because it's offending someone. You can't throw furniture out in the bulk location.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't know. The whole Facebook page is just a bunch of angry fucking people saying why you can't throw trash out here. You can't throw trash out there.
There's a Facebook page for this place?
It's ridiculous.
Just post and be like, who is the association?
I should just start doing that. I should take a picture of her and just be like, who are you? the association answers.
Literally, she has a Facebook.
But
her name, middle name,
the association.
It's first name, the association, last name.
But no, like it's gotten to the point where I sit there and I'm like, hey, I have a grill that I need to throw away. Where is the legal place for it? Crickets. Someone else puts out there like, hey, why the hell is someone throwing out grills out here at the thing? Like a week later, I'm like, well, it's a good thing I didn't fucking go ahead and throw it out. So now I have like 19 grills on the deck. I have 2. So that finally died.
2 takes
right?
up space, so it seems like it's 19.
It really does. And I also have a
fireplace that probably still has my cigarettes from like 6 months ago.
The fireplace the bottom gave out, so like that is still out there, but your cigarettes might be like in the center of it that it collapsed. I don't know, or the little fire pit thing or whatever. But I have an electric smoker out there, which don't ever get an electric anything. That's retarded. But it was from the old house from the fire, and I only took it for sentimental value. I was like, oh, you survived. I'm keeping you.
The one thing that could have started the fire survived.
Honestly, it very well may have, because that takes up a lot, and that did spark the shit out of our outside electric junction box thing. But your elbows and shoulders are so jacked up. That's absurd that it does that. But back to cleaning this stuff, like a real quick rant. So if ever there was a thing to confirm how much I loathe cleaning, like kitchen or cooking anything, cleaning the oven out, because I forgot to do it the last time my alert went off because I couldn't fucking like bend over because my apparent hip flexor, not quad.
It's as if you don't have 2 other roommates here that could maybe do that for you.
First of all, the one, she's not doing shit. The second,
Well,
he's also probably not going to do. She is making the money for the household. But yeah, so I am kind of the one who keeps everything intact and like, together here, which is a fucking nightmare. But I forgot to do it last time because I was hurt, and like I've been home obviously a lot more, so we cook a lot more than what I had been, and I was like, man, this thing looks like shit. So here's the thing, I totally forgot that if you don't wipe out the shit that you spray in there, like all completely, that it burns inside there, and it is the worst fucking smell in the history of smells. And it's 9 million fucking degrees outside, so you can't just, like, air out the house. Because you open something, and it just gets hotter, and the smell just gets fucking worse.
Well, you open it, and then the association comes.
The entire neighborhood smells like cleaning products.
This whole street knows what you did.
Yeah, probably. I'm like, you know what? Get in the basement.
There's mildew.
Yeah, there is. So my entire house for, like, 5 days just smelled like anus, and I was like, man, this is terrible.
Did you get like candles or anything?
Oh, of course, yeah. You light candles.
Then it starts the fire.
And
now we're back to you burning your house down.
I didn't burn the house down.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Steph burned your house down.
Steph burned the house
down. She brought
down.
the candles over.
She burnt the house down specifically because we weren't moving quick enough for her. And now we're basically married. So, point for her.
It's not as bad as her faking a pregnancy or just purposely getting pregnant, so it could have been worse.
No, it couldn't. I had so much good...
You'd rather have a kid?
What's up?
You would rather have a kid?
If she fell down the stairs accidentally.
All right, Tyreek Hill. Oh, wait, no, that kid was still born. That's the whole basis of this new thing. Sorry.
That was one of the worst things I've ever heard. That was awesome. And also, I'm not definitely ever throwing her down the stairs. Just feel as though
the hockey stick just happened to
fall. No, I just had a lot of nice suits there, man. I think I had like 12, 13 custom suits. Fuck. I miss every one of them. Not that I could fit in them now.
I appreciate your love for suits when you hated your job so much.
I still wear suits. It just doesn't matter. I actually have to go pick up a few today that are done.
I have to buy new shirts.
Dude, take all of mine.
Because I literally walked into work, and then like I rolled up my sleeves, and then I went to go check out the next Starbucks customer, and I just see these oil stains on my shirt from the popper.
Take mine.
At the theater, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you can have them all. And I don't even remember why I wanted to rant about cleaning things.
Oh, well, cleaning does suck.
Cleaning does suck. Like, actually, that's not true. Like, cleaning does kind of relax me at a point, but cleaning that shit does not.
I remember working at the theater, and it's like, hey, you want a cleaning shift? I'm like, fuck yeah, it's an extra like 3 hours. I don't mind cleaning. They don't give me the worst shit to clean. The fucking top of a fucking popper. I'm like, fuck you. promote me already. I do these bullshit things for you, and you just hold the carrot at the end of the stick, and I still don't get the stick or the carrot. It's fucking terrible. Do you have anything else? I don't think I do.
This has been such a strange episode.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird because I feel as though if you stick out the full hour of our Whiskey Rambles, like there's enough content in here to make it justified.
Yeah.
But if like you listen to just one part and give up, you're like, this is the worst fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
If you're just bored or annoyed, just pause it. Give it another chance.
I feel like that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Because there is like your Tyreek Hill line. I almost peed myself right now. That was so well placed.
This definitely is the most like comedic like thing we have. Like I always try to like bring some of it because I'm a very not very serious person.
No, why would we be?
Yeah. No, you're very serious like during like the actual like sports shows.
Some of them.
Yeah.
I try to add personality. So, you haven't met him yet. Scott, one of our new guys. He's first of all, he's great. But he's the only other person that we have that listens to actual podcasts outside of me. And he's like, yeah, man, like it's really great that you guys are all like analytically driven and like real information driven, and you talk about a lot of things. But like, man, you should probably have some personality. And I'm like, man, I've been saying that forever. And like, we're sitting here talking to some of our other co-hosts who are dry as fuck. And I'm like, well, there's no comedic any chance here whatsoever.
That's why, like, I always mean to watch more Phillies games, more Sixers games. I just get distracted. I just end up playing video games. But I follow through, like, on my phone while I'm playing. I'm like, oh, yeah, Phillies are doing pretty well. Okay. Oh, Scott Kingery, my man.
Can we just talk about for a second how fucking absurd my roommate is?
Oh, LJ, fuck that guy for that. His whole hate for the Sixers and God. Scott Kingery.
He is such a vagina. So
this is how we prolong the segment to an hour and a half.
That's true, actually. All right, we'll wrap up on this point, and then we'll hit an ad spot. But so we sit here, and this guy's like the first to text our ANYP. Like full group chat of everything.
It's crazy. He doesn't follow hockey, and he'll like still like try to like send us things about like who signed what like during the beginning.
He doesn't even know who the fuck these people are.
You know,
I get so irrationally angry every time I see his name pop up with a hockey tweet or anything about baseball because I want to punch him in the throat, which is ridiculous because LJ's actually really fucking good about like keeping up on things. He's great with football. Like what he's good at, he's fucking phenomenal at.
Do you think I should do a Chiefs show with him?
I actually think that would be hilarious.
That's what I was thinking.
Show with LJ.
We'll try it at least once. Other than that, it'll probably just be us. It'll be like it'll be my show.
I can't
about
wait
the Chiefs
to see what you name this show. By the way,
yeah, I don't know.
It's. I feel as though you're going to come up with something brilliant.
I did come up with the name for the podcast.
That's what I'm saying. People love that.
Good. Just waiting for us to get sued.
Who gives a shit?
We'll just add a little another thing. Philly, always next year.
There you go. We'll just add one more word. See, it's that itty bitty little change.
Yeah, I've been watching enough Suits. I could get a lawyer around it.
There you go. It's not like that's what I'm going to school for or anything. So eventually,
yeah. So back to your whole, LJ being anti-Sixers and anti-Kingery.
What an anus! This guy, he sits there. I'm like, dude, would it kill you to shed some fucking credit to Scott Kingery, who's hitting like 290 this year, who's fixed everything?
Oh, but he does it for a full season.
And he's just he won't. He still won't. I guarantee it.
I know, but I think that's what he said.
No,
I could have been wrong.
What he
I kind of glanced through these messages.
Honestly, I dip in and out of.
I pay attention to our Flyers one because that's one I'm more a part of.
Exactly, and you two are the ones I talk to most. So. But
which is funny because the one is your roommate.
Fuck it, I don't give a shit. But yeah, he's just like, honestly, I've never seen him do anything positive. I'm like, I have been in the home with you when he hits something fucking 15 rows deep. How are you going to tell me that you've never witnessed him do anything positive? That's impossible to me. But 3 seconds later, Michael Franco could hit one, and you're like, Franco bomb, but you ignore that. You're an ass. Damn,
and with him, I'm liking Franco.
I still fucking hate Michael Franco, but
hey, man, when things finally align, he'll be that backup third baseman and pinch hitter. He would be a lot better than Andrew Knapp.
Man, two people I loathe.
How to almost progress this segment longer.
Yeah, right. Not okay. Not okay.
All right. So if you like this segment, which is primarily driven by me and Shane, we do bring the most personality into it. I am a Chiefs fan. I will be doing my own Chiefs show. At least one of them, every now and then, should be with LJ because it'll be funny. I don't know the name yet. I hope you guys are into it because
it'll be like this, but football.
It will basically be like this, but with football. And if it's me and Shane, we'll be talking about more about the NFL.
Yeah,
I hope I am involved with the NFL, segments.
Oh, the full segment? Yeah. We're all going to be involved in the full NFL. That'll be the only one that we have all these voices on.
Okay, because I felt like last year and the year before, I was always trying to get the Chiefs involved and just constantly saying Patrick Mahomes II.
It's hilarious.
Which I will probably bring up right away. Patrick Mahomes II did this. But, Shane, this is it. Thank you for staying with us.
Through the show about nothing.
Even if you get, bothered or just bored, annoyed, just pause it. Give us a chance for a little bit later. This is one of our longer segments, but it is our most attempting at comedy and personality.
Yeah, I think it's just more personality. This is if you were to sit down and actually have a beer with us and just watch sports, this genuinely is the topic of conversation that may occur.
Yeah,
this is what it's like.
Especially with me.
This is what it's like hanging out with us.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you're with Shane, not with me, then he might be a bit more dry.
Yeah, I'll probably really hurt your feelings a couple times. I guess I'm not the nicest guy all the time.
Yeah, you're a little bit intimidating to some people.
Apparently. I don't understand it, but apparently so.
All right, so I've had about 3 glasses of whiskey. Shane is going to close us out.
All right, just a quick word from our sponsors. Over at Just Food, it's 215-794-FOOD. That's 215-794-3663. Treat yourself. Take it home. You can visit our guy over there, Asian Rob. If you want to get any... Rob
is a great guy.
Rob is fantastic.
I was able to be friends with him a little bit before, but, work things have gotten us involved. He's doing it well with his company.
Oh, yeah. Their food is fucking phenomenal. We should probably go over there for lunch one day because you haven't had any of his food yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, Buckingham Green Shopping Center. It's in Bucks County, PA, just above Peddler's Village. Again, it's Just Food, 215-794-3663. Treat yourself. Take it home. Again, ask for Rob. Tell him Shane or Steve from ANYP sent you, and he will for sure put together a pretty awesome full palette for you to take a look at for parties, for events, or just for take a home lunch. So again, Just Food. You want to close the rest of us out? Or
no, I can't do that.
You can't close this out of your own show?
No.
This has been Whiskey Ramble with Steve. I'm just fucking with you. No, but for sure, if you like this show with some of the personality, like Steve said, this is probably our lightest and least directional show. So we don't know where it's going either, which is kind of the thing that makes us most endearing.
Yeah, we have about 3 to 5 points, and then we go off that, and then we just kind of go off on that.
On anything else that comes from it. But we are also currently looking for sports writers. So I right now seem to be the only one who's having any luck with this. So I have 5 new writers that I brought in. 4 are for the Phillies and 1 is for the Sixers. So if you have any fucking interest in writing about the Flyers or about the Eagles, please reach out to me. It is at Shane_Mead, or at the podcast account, it's at ANY Podcast. If you want to rant about whiskey and life, and you want a therapy session too, if me or Steve are ever unable to be on this segment and we go a month again, by all means, reach out. We don't mind. You can reach out to Steve. He is at Schmitty324. And be sure to subscribe to our website because, again, we are bringing on a ton of writers, so we should have significantly more content out there as the summer kind of wraps up and we get into some better sports seasons because right now things are tough.
Yeah.
But it is www.alwaysnextyearpodcast.com.
If you're interested in writing any satire, see, I'm now stumbling over my words, so I can't close it out.
3 whiskeys.
If you're interested in writing some satire articles, I'm a fan of those, so reach out to me or Shane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of the satire.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. We are constantly looking to add differing personalities from what we currently started out with here at ANYP. So that'll be it here for Whiskey Ramble. What's your final point?
My final point is I'm going to try to write a Flyers article.
I know. Rob's excited about it.
It's going to be about prospects that never got a chance.
Nice.
So you know why.
I know exactly why you're going to do this,
Yeah.
and this is going to be one of my favorite reads.
So yeah,
I
that's
feel
it.
like we need to buy jerseys of each of them too.
I already have one.
I know you have the one, but wait, you have Gus or Atkinson? Which one?
I have Atkinson.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I try to hint at this, I'm just gonna go with hashtag GusBus.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be it for Whiskey Ramble here at the Always Next Year podcast. He's Steve, I'm Shane, and we'll see you hopefully next week and not in a month.
Who knows?
A fighting man I used to be, revered and feared through Killarney. Now I'm back to hitching with the wind. But if Mickey Flynn should ever find me, I'll throw me caution all behind me and square off on that son of a bitch again. He cracked open a river too, he beat me Sunday through and through, and such over my unconscious frame. I won me healthy sheriff fights, well lucky son still had me life since Mickey Flynn beat me dumb and lame.